So I have a question for you that's slightly more serious. What you guys do, and especially what you do, is find ways to enjoy liking basketball because you find ways to laugh about the league and about what's going on and different players. I'm curious if you ever write something that you think is really funny, but because you are basically making fun of a league that's 85% black, you're kind of like, maybe this is just coming off kind of weirdly. Like, do you see that as, whoa, we got kicked? Oh, no, now we're back. That was an awkward time to get cut off there. But basically, like, how do you walk that line? Yeah, it was whatever I was gonna say. Whatever got cut off was censored. That was something awful that just came out of my mouth. No, but how do you kind of like walk that line between making fun of the league in a way that's part of being a fan and enjoying it in a way that you don't want to come off as mean spirited or with implications.
Well, people probably think I'm a dick, which is pretty much true. I will admit to being a jerk, but I don't think. I think that there are ways to poke fun at things that are universally realized as people being silly or stupid, regardless of their race. I mean, Brian Cardinal can say something just as dumb as Michael Beasley.
Sure. No, that's something I'm curious about because every time, like even the how you thing, like that meme, everyone makes fun of it. It's a ridiculous thing, but at some point, it feels weird to be ganging up around a phrase that's kind of just commonly used in a different vernacular. Do you know what I mean? And that's not, and that's not why we make fun of it because it's something that slipped out, but it's just something that I don't know. I've become conscious of, and now I'm like skittish.
Yeah, I just try not to consider other people's feelings at any time in my life. That's a way more enjoyable way to live. Just to relate.
I've been preaching that for years to these guys.
Exactly, but I just feel like if, say, Roger Mason Jr. says, "How are you?" people would still be making fun of that. Too, it happens.
Right? Yeah, sure.
That it's how are you, but I mean, people would be laughing about it even if you had written it in Victorian English, which actually would be a lot funnier.
That would be, yeah. I think everyone would. If you found out that Roger Mason Jr. was DMing in Victorian English, like to his constituents,
he's huge into the Renaissance Fair.
His "How art thou" tweet was hilarious. I have a question, Trey. You've done a lot of big time editing, at the Score and previously at
big
Yahoo.
Time.
Big time editing site that gets read by a lot of people. What kind of editor are you? Are you really hands on, or what kind of advice do you give writers who work under you, who work for you?
Well, the main thing that I do, editor is a weird term for it because I'm not like going into people's stuff and changing a lot of things because it's the internet and there needs to be different voices on the site. If it's just one guy being a jerk the whole time, that's no fun. The main thing I try and have our writers do is to condense things and not ramble because the people that are reading our site are going to be people that are bored at work and just want to have fun for 5 minutes. They're not looking for things that go all over the place. I just want people to get to the point. So I just try and shorten things mostly.
The reason that I think the thing that's really cool about the Score is that it's about enjoying basketball as an entertainment vehicle rather than always as like this, dramatic pipeline into the American consciousness. And, like you have Sebastian who will just come on and tell you this is what happened. And you will come on and say, like, here's a funny little piece of news. And, I think that there's a lot to be said for that sort of philosophy of, like, let's just not take the NBA too seriously.
That's exactly where we're coming from. I have a hard time taking most things seriously, least of all a game, and I think that the personalities in the NBA there's entertaining people, and there are ways to have fun with that, and basketball is just fun for me. There are people who do serious stuff really, really well, and I'm just not one of them. And that extends to basically every aspect of my life.
So are there basically just the warm weather places the ones you're looking forward to on this trip?
I don't know if I would say that. Like, we're going to Miami, which is going to be fun. It's going to be nice, and we'll be there during Thanksgiving, and our wives and stuff are coming, but nobody in Miami cares about basketball, you know?
Right.
So I'm not necessarily looking forward to that. And I hate warm weather to begin with. I'm looking forward. Like, I enjoyed Portland where it's 50 degrees and raining the whole time. This San Francisco weather's been nice. As long as I'm not going to be sweating while I'm outside, I'll be happy.
So you run a little hot.
I run very hot. I feel like my internal temperature is around 115.
Thanks a lot for dropping by, man. And, you stay relaxed. You lounge it out this afternoon.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Just going to be like this the whole night.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Thanks for having me, guys.